If you feel like something has been pulling you toward this reading today, that is not a coincidence. That pull you felt, that quiet nudge that said, click on this, watch this right now, that was not random. That was energy. Someone's energy. And by the end of this reading, you are going to understand exactly what has been quietly circling around you and why it has felt the way it has. Stay with me. This one is going to hit deep. Hey, beautiful soul, my name is Daisy. Welcome back to Mystical Tarot Talks. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. If you are already subscribed, welcome back. And before we dive in, I want you to remember something important throughout this entire reading. Only take what resonates with you. Not everything will apply to every single person watching, and that is completely okay. Just receive what feels true for your heart and leave the rest. Let's go ahead and start today's reading. Okay, loves. So the reason you are here right now watching this video is not an accident. The energy that brought you to this reading is coming from a very specific person. This is someone whose energy has been silently moving around yours for a very long time. And today, Spirit wants to bring that to the surface. Spirit wants you to know what has been going on behind the scenes because this person has a message for you. Not one they have said out loud yet, but one that has been living inside of them, growing inside of them and quietly reaching out to you in ways that you may not have even been fully conscious of until now. So let's talk about who this person is and what they have been carrying. This person has been watching you, okay? And I do not mean that in a creepy or uncomfortable way. I mean that in the most emotionally deep and spiritually loaded way possible. They have been watching you grow. They have been watching you move through life. They have been paying attention to you in a way that most people never pay attention to anyone. And here is the thing, you probably had no idea. You probably had absolutely no idea just how closely this person has had their eyes on you. They are not just casually aware of you. Wow. Okay, this is big. Spirit is showing me that this person has memorized you. They have memorized the way you speak. They have memorized your energy. They have noticed changes in your appearance, your mood, your tone, even the way your energy shifts depending on what you are going through. They remember things about you that most people would never even notice in the first place. Your hairstyle changes, the way your energy feels when you are happy versus when something is weighing on you. The way you carry yourself, the way you express yourself when you are comfortable and when you are not. They have been holding all of that inside of them quietly, carefully, privately. And the reason they have been so quiet about it is because they do not want you to know how deeply you have affected them. Okay? That is the truth of what is happening here. They are hiding the full weight of what they feel because the weight of it scares even them. You have awakened something in this person that they were not prepared for. Okay? When this connection first started, when they first became aware of you, it was not supposed to be this serious. It started as something small, something low key, maybe just a quiet little crush at first. You were not supposed to matter this much to them. They did not plan for this. They did not sit down one day and decide to fall this deeply. It just happened. And now they are sitting with feelings so strong, so consuming that they honestly do not even fully know what to do with them. Because you became irreplaceable to them without them even realizing it was happening. And now they are in this place where they look at themselves in the mirror and they ask, do I even deserve this person? Who am I right now? Am I enough for them? They genuinely feel like you are too good for them. Not because there is anything wrong with them at their core, but because insecurity is sitting right at the center of all of this. They see everything you are. Your strength, your grace, your emotional depth, the way you handle things, the way you show up, the way you love and give and carry yourself through life. And they look at themselves and feel like they do not quite measure up to that yet. So they stay quiet, they stay hidden. They stay at a distance because to them, silence feels safer than risking the moment they let you know how they feel. And you look at them like you deserve better than this. Okay, and here is what is really interesting about this. This is not just a secret crush. Wow, Spirit is really emphasizing this. This is a secret admirer in the truest, most complete sense of that word. They are not just attracted to how you look or the image you project to the world. They admire you. They genuinely deeply admire you. They admire your emotional maturity. They admire the way you deal with hard things. They admire your confidence and the softness underneath it. They admire your loyalty and the way you treat the people around you. They admire your resilience. These are the things that keep them up at night. Not just your outer appearance, but the whole of who you are as a person. And here is where it gets even more layered because loving you from a distance is not peaceful for them, okay? It looks peaceful from the outside because they are quiet and they are not making a move, but on the inside, it is burning them. Loving someone this much and having no outlet for it, no way to express it, no one to even talk to about it because it is a secret they cannot share with anyone. That is its own kind of lonely. It is its own kind of weight. They are carrying this enormous thing and they are carrying it completely alone, and it has started to feel less like protection and more like a prison. They are scared to show interest in you, and here is specifically why. It is not just about the fear of rejection, although that is definitely part of it. It is about access. They are afraid that if they say something, if they reach out or make a move and it goes wrong, they will lose whatever small amount of access they currently have to your world. Right now, even from a distance, they can still see you, they can still feel your energy, they can still be in your orbit in some small way. And to them, that feels better than nothing. So they stay quiet to protect that tiny thread of connection rather than risk pulling on it and losing it entirely. But here is what Spirit really wants you to hear. Their goal is not a short chapter with you. This is not someone who has a passing interest in you or someone who wants something casual or temporary. When this person thinks about you, they think about forever. They think about belonging. They are not thinking about spending a season of their life with you. They are thinking about spending their whole life with you. And that is a completely different thing. That is why the stakes feel so high to them. That is why the fear is so big. Because what they want from you is everything, and everything feels like a lot to ask for when you already feel like you might not deserve it. Spirit is showing me something really beautiful here. Okay, wow. This person thinks about the most ordinary moments with you, and those ordinary moments make them feel more at peace than anything else in their life. They do not only think about the intense, passionate, dramatic parts of being with you. They think about working next to you. They think about cooking together, standing in the kitchen side by side, talking about nothing important and everything important at the same time. They think about what it would feel like to wake up next to you, to lay beside you, to have you close enough to reach out and touch. The simple stuff, the quiet Sunday morning stuff, the laughing over something silly stuff, the sitting in comfortable silence stuff. Because what they want from you is not just a relationship, it is a home. They want to belong somewhere, and somewhere is with you. They dream of belonging with you. And belonging is different from intensity, isn't it? Intensity can fade, intensity can burn out, but belonging, when two souls genuinely align, when two energies truly resonate, that does not run out. That is something that holds even through the hard times, even through the disagreements and the arguments and the rough patches. That foundation stays. And they feel that with you in a way they have never felt with anyone else. Now let's talk about something that is also present in this energy: jealousy. Okay, because yes, it is here. When you love someone this deeply and you are watching from a distance, jealousy is almost inevitable. When this person sees you getting attention from others, when they see you laughing with someone else, spending time with someone else, giving your warmth and your light to other people, something inside of them tightens. Not because they want to control you, but because they are terrified. They are terrified that someone else is going to recognize what they see in you before they work up the courage to come forward themselves. They are afraid someone else is going to step in first. Someone else is going to realize your value, claim your heart, earn your loyalty. And by the time this person finally finds the courage to show up, it will be too late. That fear is one of the biggest things driving them right now. The fear of losing something that was never even officially theirs to begin with. And now Spirit wants me to talk about you for a moment, because this reading is not just about them, it is about you too. Okay? You are someone with an incredibly compassionate heart. You are deeply empathetic. You feel things so fully, and you are so aware of how your words and actions affect the people around you that sometimes that very quality becomes something you carry as a burden. You think about how your response will land before you give it. You weigh your words, you consider how someone else will feel before you consider how you feel. And that is a beautiful quality. It truly is. But it also means that sometimes you carry things you never agreed to carry. You say yes when part of you wants to say no. Not because you are weak, but because your heart is too big to want to hurt someone, even at the cost of your own comfort. And this person sees that in you. They see it clearly. And here is what is interesting. That is part of why they stay quiet, because they know. They know that if they come to you with these feelings and you do not feel the same way, you would try to be gentle, you would try to protect them from pain, and they do not want to put you in that position. They do not want to be someone who adds to your weight. If they are going to come to you, they want to come to you whole. They want to come to you as someone you can be proud of, someone whose name you can say to the world without hesitation. They do not want your pity or your politeness. They want to be worthy of your genuine yes. Spirit is also showing me something about energy and awareness here. Okay, some of you watching this are going to recognize this person. Something in this reading is going to click for you, and you are going to know exactly who this is about. And for others, this might be someone you have sensed but could not quite put your finger on. Maybe you have felt sudden pulls of energy with no clear explanation. Maybe you have had someone on your mind out of nowhere and wondered why. Maybe you have sensed being watched or thought about even when no direct interaction was happening. That is energy, that is the invisible thread this person has been sending out toward you, whether they are fully conscious of it or not. Energy does not lie. Their actions might be absent, their words might be silent, but energy tells the truth every single time. And the energy between the two of you has been speaking even when neither of you has said a word out loud. Your soul already knows this person is connected to you. On some level, even if your logical mind has not caught up yet, something in you already knows. This person sees you as someone almost out of reach, not because you are cold or unkind, but because something about your presence makes them feel exposed. You make them feel seen without even trying. You understand silence. You read energy without needing explanations. You pick up on things that most people miss entirely. And that is both magnetic and terrifying to someone who is used to keeping their inner world hidden. Because around you, they cannot hide as easily. Around you, things surface, parts of them come up that they are not always ready to face. And nobody has ever made them feel that way before. You are the first person who has ever read them that deeply just by being yourself. Okay, wow. Spirit is using the words emotional imprinting here. This is not just attraction. This is not just admiration. This person has emotionally and spiritually imprinted on you. You have become part of their internal world. They imagine their future and you are in it. Not in a fantasy way, in a real daily life. I want this to be my actual reality way. They imagine a version of themselves that is better because you are in their life. They imagine becoming someone who deserves you. Not because you demand it, but because you inspire it. You make them want to grow. You make them want to show up differently. Your presence alone has already started changing them from the inside out, even though you may not have even had a real conversation with them yet. And here's where Spirit really wants to bring this home. In their silence is no longer peaceful for them. What started as something that felt like protection has now become suffering. They cannot sleep right, they cannot eat and feel fully present. They cannot move through their days with the kind of ease they used to have before you got this deep into their system, because Spirit has been speaking to them. Their dreams have been speaking to them. Their own inner voice has been telling them louder and louder that they are running out of time, that the window is not going to stay open forever, that someone as rare and solid and real as you does not wait around indefinitely while someone else figures out their courage. And they are starting to hear that. Finally, they are starting to actually hear it. Okay, so now let's talk about what Spirit is showing me in terms of timing and what is coming. Spirit is pointing to a window of about 1 to 2 weeks from when you are watching this reading. Around the 5th or the 9th of the month is what I am picking up. This could align with a Mercury energy shift, and during this window, something is going to start to change. An emotional confession window is going to open for this person. Something is going to shift in them. The resistance is going to start cracking. You may receive a message, okay, and Spirit is specifically showing me a notification. Something coming through on your phone, likely in the evening or nighttime hours. Something unexpected but not unwelcome. Something that feels like a thread finally being picked up after being left on the ground for too long. And it will not just be on their end. On your end too, things will start to clarify. Thoughts will begin to resurface. You will start to feel a pull that becomes harder to ignore. A communication impulse will rise in you as well. Something in you will start to register that this energy is real and it is close and it is moving toward you. Because here's what Spirit wants you to know about where you stand right now. You are not the one waiting anymore. You are not the one chasing. That season is done. You have been doing the inner work. You have been elevating. You have been growing and glowing and rising into something so solid, so spiritually grounded, that your very stillness has become a correction for everyone around you, especially this person. Your peace, your patience, your silence has been doing the spiritual work for you. This person now has to come to you with clarity, with real emotional maturity, with responsibility, not casually, not with games or half measures or vague energy that keeps you guessing. Spirit is elevating you. You are at a peak right now, and from that peak, the only people who get access to your heart are the ones who show up fully and earn it, not assume it. So, what does Spirit say to expect as this unfolds? You can expect slow and steady forward movement from them. Their emotional visibility will increase. Their presence will feel more consistent. When they do come forward, you will notice a difference in their energy. Their tone will be softer, slower, more intentional. They will not be hiding their vulnerable side the way they used to. Because something in them has cracked open, and the real version of them, the one that has been quietly loving you all this time, is finally going to start finding its way to the surface. They will not approach you the way someone approaches a situation they are unsure of. They are going to approach you like someone who finally stopped being afraid of what they feel and started being more afraid of never saying it at all. And if there is one thing Spirit wants to leave both of you with from this reading, it is this: your presence is soul coded to this person. That is not a small thing. That is not something that happens every day. You are rare to them. You are solid to them. You are real to them in a way that has shaken everything loose inside of them. They have tried to create distance to make the feeling smaller, and it did not work. Because real energy does not dissolve, it intensifies. When silence becomes unbearable, love becomes something that has to be spoken out loud, and that moment is coming. So that is your reading for today, beautiful soul. I hope this brought you some clarity and some peace. Remember, only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I will be back with more readings very soon. Until then, take care of yourself and God bless you.